Hi guys, today I'm back with another video and it's very anticipated, highly requested, the Q&A. I've been talking about this video on my Instagram for ages and I'm finally getting around to doing it. So we'll be talking about things ranging from mental health to content creation and just general advice. So yeah, this is gonna be a video you do not want to miss from me. So just sit back, relax, and let's get into the video. We're gonna begin with the mental health portion of the video, so let's get into it. So the first question in this category is, how are you feeling mentally? I've been doing much better, honestly. I've been doing so much better than I was, and that is a blessing in itself. I'm not where I want to be right now, but I am not where I used to be, and that is such a beautiful thing. My depression is very, very low. Like, if I am ever depressed, it'll be like an episode, like a burst, and it'll pass, and I know it'll pass, and it won't drain me, and it won't overtake my life. And my anxiety is basically non-existent at the time, like at the moment. When I met my boyfriend, he seriously helped me out my anxiety, and he taught me a lot of things towards my anxiety and my mental health that are really beneficial to how I view life now. And life is just so much better. It's so, it's just so, I have no words. I honestly don't even know how to describe like how I'm doing and how shit is going, but it's swell. It's great. Thank you for asking. How are you? So the second question in this category is, what's the hardest thing you had to do as someone who deals with mental health? Honestly, on everything I know, the hardest thing I've ever had to endure was accepting and acknowledging that I had mental health issues. Nothing else was as hard as accepting that I needed help. We all want to see ourselves as, perfect, and that there's nothing wrong, but sometimes we need help. And it's okay to reach out for help. And awareness and acceptance is where that starts. It's really important to take a look in the mirror and be honest with yourself, because that is the hardest thing I've had to do. Be honest with myself. Like, I kid y'all not, to this day, I still have to have little chit chats in my head where I'm like, girl, you're projecting. I will literally have to take a step back and reflect and notice that sometimes I am seeing things through my eyes only and not through the viewpoint of anyone else, but only my viewpoint. Our mental health and our ways of thinking can really affect how we perceive things and how we take in what people say and what people do. And acceptance and awareness is always important, because you can take a step back and actually hear what people are saying without the filter of traumatic experiences. So the next question that I received is, if you have anxiety or are going through a bad time, how do you handle it? When I have anxiety is the only time I will actually pull out my coping skills. Like, I hate being anxious. Like, it really takes over my whole body. I feel like I can't do nothing. I can't focus on nothing. So what I do typically is my favorite coping skill, 4 square breathing. If you don't know, it's where you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and repeat. Another thing I like to do is that coping skill where you list 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can see or whatever, smell, the senses. It's really beneficial to making you forget what you were ever anxious about. Like, it really helps you forget what you were anxious about. And 99% of the time that works for me, and if that doesn't work, I go to my 4 square breathing. Breathing exercises are just key. Like, I love breathing exercises when I'm anxious. Even if I'm not 4 square breathing, I'm just taking deep breaths, because for some reason it just really anchors me back into my body, and it just helps like more than anything else that I know. Next question. Do you struggle with overthinking? If so, how do you cope/deal with it? I struggle with overthinking every single day, actually, especially being a woman in a relationship. I struggle with overthinking all the time. this week actually I had a revelation, and I was overthinking about something, as I always do, and I was sitting here and I was like, when I'm told something that I don't like, that I overthink about, it literally goes into my brain. Like the first time I hear it, it goes in and it's fine, like nothing is wrong, and I'll sit there for like 5-10 seconds and then I'll be like, what did you mean by that? Like, what did they mean by that? But sometimes things are never to be analyzed that deeply. And something that really helped me recently is to just say over and over in my head, drop it. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Because by the time I keep saying drop it, I already forgot what I was thinking about. And if I forget what I'm thinking about, it's not that serious. But if I remember, then it's something to bring up and talk about. But if I can't even remember, then it's most likely my own doing in my brain that is telling me, hey, like, there's a problem here. There's a problem here, and I'm nervous. And sometimes you just gotta tell your brain to chill out, because my brain needs to chill the fuck out sometimes. And if that doesn't work, then you can always pick apart the situation and actually check the facts. Is this as big as I think it is? Is this as hurtful as they meant it to be? Or is it how I'm taking it? Is it how I'm perceiving it in my own viewpoint? Because trauma, past experiences, this can all affect how we perceive things and how we take in what people say. So one of the two, always helps. Okay, so this is the last question in the mental health category. It says, sometimes it feels like being liked by everyone is better than living my own life. Thoughts? I literally used to feel the exact way, to the point where I had nightmares every night for over 6 months of people from my old school just hating me. Everybody in the entire school hated me and was against me, and I couldn't get anyone to like me, and it was such a stressful feeling in my sleep that I had to sit here and analyze, like, damn, like, why do I feel the need to be liked by everyone? Because not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone's gonna like you, and that's okay, because I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and not everyone is my cup of tea. But that doesn't mean, like, anyone is good or bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't love yourself completely and fully, being liked by everyone will never hit the spot like it's supposed to, like you think it will. And it's really important to just love yourself. Pour all that love into yourself that you want to receive from everyone else. So yeah, that's what really helped me. I started to just let go of the idea of everyone liking me, everyone just wanting to be my friend and wanting to be around me, because that's not the case. So now we're moving on to the next category, which is content creation. Ooh. If I do say so myself, I feel like this is my area of expertise. Don't know, just saying. The first question in this category is, how did you find the confidence to post? You really inspire me, but I have anxiety. First of all, thank you. I never struggled with being confident when posting until I became an actual content creator. And when I started getting more eyes on me, because honestly, like, if you know Instagram, you know Instagram. People have shit to say over everything. Like, it's very nerve-wracking to put yourself out there, and I get it. But at the end of the day, it is your fucking page. This is your page, your life. And if you're gonna let a couple of strangers who you wouldn't even take advice from or you wouldn't trade places with depict how you spend your time and your life, then I don't know. People who are secure within themselves never, ever will go out of their way to talk shit or belittle anyone else. But what really helped me with becoming confident with posting is just not giving a fuck, honestly. I still to this day get nervous when I'm about to post something, because it's like, damn, like, what if I get hate comments? What if I get hate comments? And then I have this second little backup voice that's like, who cares? This is your page. If you get hate comments, delete them. I am all for deleting hate comments, because this is my world. You are on my page. Next question is, how to get out of feeling lazy with content. I just don't feel motivated. Whenever I go through periods of feeling lazy or unmotivated with my content, I remember what I'm making my content for, who I'm making my content for, and why I'm really doing it. I make my content because it makes me happy and it benefits other people, because I like to post healing content, I like to post informational content. I try my best, you know what I'm saying? And it brings me joy. But if what you're doing is not sitting with your soul in a way that it should, it may be time to switch things up. It just might be time to revamp and do something that actually makes you happy. I feel like a lot of us creators out there will get really discouraged when our target audience isn't reached for a long time, and it's really hard to find your target audience. But I promise, once that target audience is reached, baby, like, it's just skyrocketing, like numbers going up every day, like shit is crazy. And it makes you feel even more motivated to keep posting, like, damn, like that one did really well, like let's make another one, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you just really got to get in your element. You got to figure out what it is that you want to create and stick with it. Even when you feel unmotivated, just try to do a little something. If you don't want to record today, maybe edit a video that you have in your phone. Like, if you don't want to do one thing, try to do something smaller, because step by step you are going to be building up your confidence in yourself, and you're going to be building your platform and your audience, and you're going to like what you do. Okay, next one. This one is just asking the camera / media equipment that I use. So the camera I'm recording on right now is a DJI Pocket Mini, and I got it off of Amazon. It's the white one. I got it for, I think, around $400 to $500. And then I usually use to record videos straight off my phone. And I also have a Kodak Pixpro FZ152 that I take digital pictures on for my Instagram. I have a Nikon, let me see what it's called, one second. Nikon D5100, and then the JVC Averio camcorder. So I use all of those and like switch them up with like whatever the vibe is calling for, you know what I'm saying? When I want a higher quality video and better sound, I'll use this camera that I'm recording on right now. If I want more of a Y2K look, I'll go for one of the digital cameras or like a camcorder. And if I'm just going like out and about and I forgot any of my other cameras, I will use my phone. So I hope that answers that question. My camera is also on the tripod right now that I got from Amazon. It's a camera tripod, but it also has an attachment that you can like put your phone on. So 2-in-1, very nice. I can link it below. It'll be in the description, and I'll also link the cameras that I have in the description. All right, next one. How do you begin to work with other companies? Tips for baby influencers, please. So the first company I ever worked with reached out to me first, and it is because I was growing my platform on TikTok. My biggest piece of advice when trying to work with other companies is to definitely build up your platform. There are a bunch of brands out there that are definitely willing to work with smaller influencers and micro influencers, and they actually do prefer micro influencers compared to bigger influencers. If I ever pitch to a company, I will use a template that I found online, and then I will fill in the template according to like what type of company I'm reaching out to. Okay, so next question. How did you overcome the fear of not making it as a content creator? I think about it a lot. I used to think about that all the time too, and I think it's a very valid reason for concern, because nowadays the market is so overly saturated with different influencers and creators. But what helped me was realizing like, hey, like no one can be me and I can't be anybody else, so I should use that to my advantage and just be the fuck out of myself. And once you are so authentically you, it really sets you apart from other influencers, and that is what takes away that fear of not making it. Even if you get 200 likes, 100 likes, 50 likes, if you had 50 people in your face right now saying, I like your outfit, you would be like, damn, like I look good as hell today. Like, so I would say to not worry about numbers. Don't worry about how fast you're growing, because everyone is in their own timeline, everyone is in their own pace. It's so easy to fall into that trap of comparing yourself to other creators and thinking you're not moving fast enough and you're not doing enough, and that can actually lead to so much burnout, because then you just overcompensate and you'll push yourself too hard, and then you'll not want to make content anymore. You'll get so turned off by the content. Have faith in yourself, because Having faith and confidence in yourself is what's really gonna help you out with that fear. Next question. What equipment would you suggest for people who want to start vlogging? Literally anything you have. A phone, a digital camera, a camcorder, a phone. Like, a phone works just fine. I swear, you do not need any big type of fancy equipment. If you are watching YouTube off of your phone right now, you can start vlogging today. When I first started my YouTube, I was vlogging on my phone, and I didn't get this camera until like 6 months to like a year after I for real started my YouTube. So if you have any type of camera that records video, you're good to go. Set the baby sideways and start talking, start vlogging, start filming, be creative. Like, don't let anyone tell you like you need any type of fancy equipment to get started, because you gotta start somewhere. You gotta get that check somewhere to get your fancy equipment. So might as well be YouTube, might as well be off that little vlog that you made on your iPhone or your Android, who knows. Next question, last question of this category actually. Did you always know you would be successful on social media? Like, did you manifest this in a way? Yes and yes, actually. I have been very outgoing and very in the spotlight ever since I was younger. I used to go to acting camp. I used to go to dance classes, singing classes, you name it. So I have always felt like as soon as I started, like, for real, putting my foot forward with this content creation shit, like, I would actually make it out here. And that's what I'm starting to do. Like, my Instagram, my old Instagram had 88,000 followers, got hacked and deleted in May. And my new Instagram, 7 months later, I have over 55,000 followers on Instagram. I definitely think I manifested this, because even when my Instagram got hacked and deleted, I would say, like, maybe this happened for a reason. Maybe I'll just find the right audience. Maybe I'll find my audience. And that is why my Instagram got deleted. And sure enough, Instagram got deleted. I had a whole style revamp, came back as a new bitch, and met a new audience. Okay, so now is the last category, and this is like questions that fall under like the advice slash just chit chat random category. Don't know what to call it, but yeah, let's get into it. The first question is it a bad thing to feel distant from others? And my answer to that is I genuinely do not think so, because a lot of the time our souls will feel called to distance ourselves from a lot of people because we just don't resonate with them anymore. Our energies don't match anymore, and we just have different mindsets now. Like, depending on whatever it is, people drift apart. I definitely am in that season myself with a lot of people where I just don't feel the need to reach out. And I don't feel necessarily guilty about it, because everyone has their own season for everything. And sometimes we all need a season to just step back and be in hermit mode and just be quiet and not reach out and not talk and not be spoken to. And that's okay sometimes. Sometimes we need to recharge. Okay, next one. Do you know any ways to gain confidence? Love you so much, by the way. Love you too. One of my biggest revelations when I was starting to gain my confidence back in life is that no one can be you. When I first realized that, I was like, oh shit, like, I'm actually unique as fuck. Like, being unique in your own way is just so cool, and it makes you feel so confident in yourself that you can do something that no one else can do, and that is be you. Like, simple as that. If you don't do anything special, you are simply just you, and that is special in itself. It's really important to appreciate yourself, appreciate that you are you, and love yourself for all that you are. If you're overly emotional, you feel things so deeply, you feel happiness deeply, you feel empathy deeply, and that is nothing to be ashamed about. You know what I'm saying? Changing your perspective on how you view yourself will ultimately make you more confident. Okay, this question is a lot to unpack. It says, how do we break the cycle of losing ourselves when we get attached to someone like a boyfriend? And boy, oh boy, have I dealt with this. As someone with BPD, it is very easy to get attached to people. It is very easy to develop a favorite person. And it can be so debilitating and stressful to have a favorite person, but it can be manageable. I've learned to have my own separate hobbies, like outside of what me and my boyfriend do together. Like my content creation, I am out here alone by myself right now, spending time with myself and you guys making content. That is just something that helps me feel like I'm in tune with myself and I'm doing something for myself. It is so important to have a relationship with yourself while also being in one with someone else, because we can really easily lose ourselves and just morph into one person. And trust me, I get it. Like, it's so easy just to be like, oh, let me just be you. Like, can I just be you? Can I just be my boyfriend? But I guess I can't, like, unfortunately. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It was so great just sitting here in nature and talking to you guys. I love these little chit chats. I miss having chit chat videos, so I think I'm gonna bring them back. What do we think about that? How do we feel? We're bringing them back. Chit chat videos are officially back, so stay tuned for more. Everything about the equipment is in the description. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching again. And until the next one, bye.